Moving into a new home involves several emotional stages, starting with the joyous fantasies of a new place and a fresh start. Then the joy usually becomes stressful hopelessness, and you're worried about the mess of trying to get everything organized, packed, and clean. Now, moving experts rely on simple tricks to make sure that getting out of one place and then into a new place is a much less stressful process. So in this video, I'm gonna go over 5 tips to help make moving a breeze. What's up, you guys? My name is Lillian, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hop on here every single week to talk about different ways to help you sell your house as easy and conveniently as possible, or I just talk about different tips and tricks to help you with the process of selling your home. So if that is valuable to you, definitely go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I drop the next video. So as I said, I'm gonna go over the 5 tips that you need to know to make moving as easy and convenient as possible for you. So the first tip is to donate, sell, or dump. So don't take trash to a fresh start. Take the time to sort out your clothing, kitchen, and other household items. Set aside 4 different bins and label them the keep bin, sell, donate, and trash. Now, over the years, people tend to collect a lot of junk and they really do not need any of it. Spring cleaning is a great time to get rid of a lot of things. The next best time is usually when you're moving. So it's best to get rid of unnecessary items because moving from one space to another typically is a hassle itself. So the more stuff you have, the longer it will take and the more money it will actually cost for you to move it. So your best bet is to identify the things you absolutely need, sell the things that you may have that are valuable, donate some things, and basically trash the rest. Whether it's the old wardrobe that hasn't fit you in 10 years or the old kitchen blender, just go through things and make honest assessments of what you need and what you don't need. Now, the new trendy thing that a lot of people are talking about and starting to practice, even myself, is called minimalism, which is basically the practice of owning fewer possessions. Now, it goes deeper than that, but for the sake of this video, we're gonna keep it at a surface level basis as it relates to moving in this case. Now, although I don't consider myself a minimalist by any means, I do think there are minimalist principles that may help when it comes to moving. And some of those principles are to declutter, ask yourself, do I really need this? Or is this particular item useful? And to get rid of duplicates. You know, I believe if you apply these principles before you move, it will make the process much, much easier. Also, you want to go through any paperwork like old files and artwork from the kids. Reducing paper can greatly reduce the number of boxes that you pack and move. Shred any paperwork that isn't needed in this next phase of life. Now, for files, you want to keep them, scan them to a flash drive, or, you know, we live in a digital age now, so you want to take advantage of free apps like the scanner app or some of these other free apps to help you scan documents directly to your phone and upload them to a computer easily. Or you want to utilize a cloud drive or a personal hard drive. If you're a parent, you want to take pictures of the bulk of the kids' artwork, you know, that's just sitting on the drawer if it's not displayed. That way you still have the items for memory's sake, but you don't have the bulk of the paperwork. The next step is that you want to pre-print labels. You want to make pre-printing labels for packing so you know exactly what is in every box that you pack. One of the worst things you could do is just throw a whole bunch of stuff in a whole bunch of boxes, and then when you finally arrive to your new place, you are just completely confused as to where to start to unpack. And moving is not just about moving out, but you also got to consider how the process will be to move in, and you want to make that process as smooth as possible as well. So pre-printing labels can be very, very beneficial. As I mentioned, this will save you a lot of headache after you move because it will make the unpacking process much, much more smoother. You want to use large labels that you can slap on top of boxes. So you want to pre-print the main rooms such as the master bedroom, the kitchen, the bathroom, etc. Now, when a box is packed, obviously you want to immediately slap on the label for the appropriate box. And you want to highlight colors. They're also another way to organize packing. You know, you want to use different colors to coordinate with different rooms. And I'm giving you these tips, but you don't have to go too crazy with organizing your packages. But if you are looking to sell your house, or you've just sold your house and you plan on moving into another house or apartment, then this is a great way to make provisions for that. Not only do you want to make the packing process simple, you want to make the unpacking process. So the next tip is you want to make a list. Now, there are a lot of things to do when packing. Packing is just the beginning, so you need to make a list to stay as organized as possible. Now, it is highly recommended to go a little bit further, take it a step further, and use a day planner or calendar to set tasks for certain days as the moving date approaches. The last thing you want to do is to get down to the last couple days before you move, and then you find yourself scrambling to pack. That's a recipe for chaos and disaster. You should start planning at least a month ahead before your moving date. So you want to create a checklist to start following early on so moving day is far less stressful. You know, you want to detail when you call your utility companies to start and stop your service. You want to note when deposits or escrow deadlines must be met. Set a schedule for packing boxes to break it down into smaller, manageable chunks. You'll also want to prepare yourself with a moving supply kit, which should include things like boxes of different sizes, box cutters, garbage bags, rubber bands, and anything that will make the packing process easier, because again, you don't want to wait till the last minute and then you're scrambling to put things together and you just don't have the proper tools in order to be able to do that. The days up until your moving date will likely run smooth if you take the time to plan these things out. Quick pause, guys. If you are getting value from this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel, because for some reason most of my viewers are not subscribing, so I'm asking you guys to please subscribe and hit the like button, and let's get back to the video. Now, of course, another tip is to hire professionals. Everyone finds certain moving tasks more tolerable than others, so some people will hire a moving company to pack and move everything so they never need to even touch a roll of tape. Other people like to organize their own boxes, but may hire movers to transport those boxes. Now, there are pros and cons to both of these. Obviously, if you hire movers to pack everything for you and transport it, you will save a ton of time and headache, but you may lose things in the mix, or you simply may not know where they put certain things until you unpack everything. But if you hire movers to simply transport the stuff for you, then obviously you'll have to take on the task of packing everything yourself, which we all know is very time consuming and annoying, but you will know where all of your things are, so that's up for you to decide. Now, one area to consider getting help is definitely cleaning. By the time the move itself is done, the thought of scrubbing kitchens and bathrooms is quite overwhelming. So after you've just spent a ton of time to plan, pack, and finally move, now you have to clean. Now, there are cleaning companies that specialize in move outs, and even more that specialize in move ins and cleaning your old place for the next resident, or preparing your new place before you get there. Other professionals to consider include carpet cleaners. Of course, this all depends on your moving budget and your finances and with your former residence. So obviously, if you are selling your previously residence, then you want to leave it in the cleanest possible condition, which will assist you for selling for a higher price. But even if you are looking to rent out your former residence, you still want to leave it in great condition so that your new renter will feel comfortable moving into that space. Now, the last and final tip when it comes to moving and making moving as easy and conveniently as possible is to deal with the change of your address. Now, the number of places to notify of a change of address seems like it's never ending. But you definitely want to start with utilities a couple weeks before you move. Setting both cancellations of existing utilities and setting up new ones. You don't want to get caught without hot water on the first night in your new place, obviously, because that would be very, very inconvenient, because the gas, electricity, or water hasn't been turned on yet. So you don't want to, you don't want to deal with that. Many utility companies have a waiting period for service appointments, so you definitely want to get the ball rolling with that. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to notify the post office so you can get any mail sent to your old place forwarded to your new place. You want to do this at least a week ahead from the moving date. If you do this later, there may be a gap between when you move and when your mail forwarding can begin. Doing this ahead of time not only gives you adequate time to notify the post office of your forwarding address, it also provides you coupons you can use during the moves for things like cable, moving trucks, storage units, and other services associated with moving. And of course, you have to notify Uncle Tom of your address change, but that's something you guys can look up to get a little bit more details on that. So there you have it, guys. I hope this video was helpful. I gave you 5 tips in order to help make moving a breeze for you and just make it as easy and convenient as possible for you. If you did get value in this video, definitely give it a like, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss when I drop the next video. And if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below in the comment section. And until next time, guys, I will see you later. Stay safe and stay blessed.